Today's lesson is decals. So decal is, uh, it's kind of just like it says. It's a sticker that goes on top of another texture, and we use them for detail, for things that are like flat surface details, or mostly flat. So they're not meant to be super high res. They're not meant for the player to get up and um, you know stick their face against them. Um, it's things like bullet holes, blood stains, some small things like light switches, electrical outlets. But it's just a cheap way for us to put detail into the map without adding a bunch of 3D models for things that are purely decorative. So if you look around this map here, I've got several already in place. I've got some light switches, some electrical outlets. Now you'll notice these electrical outlets did this weird thing on the floor. This shouldn't show up when I run. I don't know why it does it. It just does. But generally they don't show up when you run. Like this is not a decal on the floor. There's one here, but this is like some weird reflective thing that they do. And normally they don't show up. If they do, you just delete it and replace it, and it's fine. So the way we add a decal is you're going to click on your apply decal button. It's the box with the little target logo on it. So you click on that. Then you come over to the other side of the screen where your texture says current texture. You click browse, and it's going to open up your texture menu. So it'd probably look like this. I'm going to go ahead and maximize it. In the filter, you type the word decal. D-E-C-A-L. Decal. And you're going to see all the decals. So you can only use stuff that's set up as a decal. They have transparent backgrounds on them, and they're meant to be applied to the game as a decal. So you can't go through and apply anything as a decal. It's got to be a material or a texture that was set up to be a decal. And they generally will have the word decal in them. And so that's how we know that they're meant to be a decal. So like, here's a good one. This is a residential vent. So I'm going to double click it. And you'll notice my mouse cursor is like a little kind of splat symbol thing. So I'm going to, let's see, put a vent, I don't know, put one right here. So I click, vent, okay? And so I would just go around and I would place vents throughout my house as needed. Alright. Now, let's say I put one somewhere and I don't like it. So I'm going to use my selection tool, the arrow tool, and I can click on these decals, and then I can press delete on the keyboard to make them go away. Now, what if I have a decal that I don't like the position of it? Same thing. I can select it, and then I find it in my two-dimensional view. So these are my two-dimensional views, the black grids. So I'm going to find it in my two-dimensional view, and the thing is, you want to find it and move it only on like it's like the flat plane. So like this outlet here, I only want to move it on this plane. I don't want to move it into the wall, because these things are paper thin, so I can't really move it. I guess it'd be like your z-axis towards me or away from me in here. I can move it up, down, left, right, but I can't move it like into the wall this way, because it's paper thin, and it'll go away, and it'll glitch, and it'll make all kinds of weird things in the game. It'll show up, or it'll flicker through the wall. So when you go to move it, you have to figure out which one of these views is the view that I need to look at here. So like for me, I know that this is my garage right here. Okay, so here's that plug, and so when I look at my model here, here's the garage. So I know that this is the view I want to work on. So it might take you a second to figure out which view to work in, but it's what we have to do. So now I can grab it and I can move it around, put it where I want it. All right. And that's it. Now for today, we're doing decals. So I want you to put in things like your light switches, your electrical outlets. There's some that are nice, like dirt and grime, blood stains. There's just a lot of like just little details to put around your map. So like trash, litter, um, stuff like that. There's like welcome mats, um, signage, that kind of stuff, graffiti. So what I want you to do, like here's a nice one. I don't know if you guys have this or not, because I have the Left 4 Dead stuff in here, but this is a nice one. It's a leaky, dirty, um, like grime on the wall. And so these things will add some really nice detail to your map. So I want you to go through your map and I want you to add, um, dirt stains to the carpet, or, a blood stain by the front door, or something like that. And some of these things are really subtle. They're not these great big things that you're gonna see, and these are little details. Electrical outlets, light switches, vents in the ceiling, welcome mats on the floor, stuff like that. These are really uh, detail type things. So for today, I want a screenshot of some decals placed around your map. Um, it an electrical outlet or something, anything that shows me that you know how to do a decal, and then spend the time to go through your map and put in, stains on the carpet, electrical outlets, light switches, those kind of things. Make sure you get at least one light switch, because we are going to do a switched light, and the light switch will be interactive. When you walk up to it, you'll be able to flip the lights on and off by touching the light switch. Other than that, send me a screenshot today, and that's it for this lesson on decal. Oh, one last thing. There's a thing called an overlay, which is like an advanced version of a decal that allows like scaling and rotation and stuff like that. We'll get to that in a different lesson. So for now, just keep your decals to a single brush, and you can't rotate them or scale them or anything. Like, they are what they are when you lay them down. So if it doesn't look the way you want it, delete it, and then we'll come back and we will do overlays, which are decals with some extra features on them, where we can scale and rotate and split them and stuff like that. All right, so for today, decals only, little details around your map. Send me a screenshot at the end, before the end of the day, and that'll be it.